I started New Look because I feel like I was blessed to be a blessing to someone else. Of course, coming to Atlanta, this city of hope, in a way, gave me an opportunity. So why not give, kids who may be like me, another opportunity, or at least an opportunity to be prepared. Now, understanding that, where I started is not where we are today. Of course, I just wanted to motivate kids and just show them, by way of example, that you can do something positive and you can be successful. That's where it started. But then we matured as a foundation, a board was created, and the initiative obviously changed to building service-minded youth leaders of tomorrow. And since then, we've continued to grow.
What role does New Look in philanthropy play in your life?
Speak up.
What role does New Look in philanthropy play in your life?
New Look and philanthropy plays a very significant role in my life. The work that I do as a philanthropist for the New Look Foundation is considered hard work. There's hard work. There's many things that, an individual could be recognized for, accolades, awards, being able to, travel around the world. But what has your contribution to life been is the question I think was always posed to me by my mother. And I wanted to do something that I felt like would be a lifetime investment. And the New Look Foundation has been that and then some.
Push this up a little bit, to be clear. We're still rolling.
Why is kids training kids so effective?
Kids training kids is so effective because the most influential role model for a child is another child. So the philosophy is the same with young American, I can't say American, okay. The most influential role model for a child is another child, so the philosophy should be the same and has been the same with young adults all around the world. I wanted to give them the tools because maybe their stories would be similar to other kids that are in the world. I, a person who is not only an adult, but also in some way accomplished, it may feel as though I'm teaching, or maybe this is somewhat of a sentence being handed down from a parent. It's not. This is something that kids are actively involved in because they want to see a difference in their community, because they're being affected firsthand by education, by the conditions of their environment, as well as other things that just plague their life: teen pregnancy, gang violence. If you identify those kids that really understand how to hit the mark and have a significant story, 9 times out of 10 it's going to influence another kid who has a similar problem.
What is the highlight of the week?
And honestly, the evidence is in the reality of the people who've been able to transform. Dewey the Don, James Harris, coming to us in 2007, the transformation that happened with him, that is the evidence that it works. That is the reality that this time, this investment is meaningful. All right, now what was your other question?
What was the highlight of the week?
The highlight of the week, was not taking Atlanta over enough. That right there in itself, their plan, or my plan for them, is to take over the world. Well, we got to start with Atlanta, and I'm really happy to know that Fortune 500 company executives have allowed, the kids to shadow them and actually see what the reality of their world is. And then also allow our kids to go into their environment and be motivated, have conversations with, top-level executives, and be motivated in a way that, trial and error, is the only other option that they would have. They'd have to live life and find out things. But if you have an executive who is talking to you about what his story was, what his journey has been, and how he arrived where he is, that right there is evidence that they can do it too.
There's one thing you want the kids to walk away from this conference, what would it be? And how do you feel that New Look has impacted the trajectory of these kids' lives?
If there was one thing that I would want the kids to walk away with from the New Look Foundation and also the World Leadership Conference, is that there's a big world out there. There's many opportunities. There's so many things that you can do. And with hope, preparation, and passion, you can get there. You can make it. That is the message that I hope would be not only spoken about, but that they would live and continue to talk about throughout the entire world as they come from Detroit, Milwaukee, Chicago, Los Angeles, Atlanta, and also New York. They take those stories back, and that message spreads. The trajectory for their life is that they will be successful, that they, if not finding it here, they will at least be motivated to find something in their life significant to be successful, and also to be motivating and motivators for other youth.
Is there anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to address that we haven't hit?
Is there anything else that we want to address?
I didn't hear what to address. You talked about couture, you talked about art and education, the idea about kids not having that connection. Kids going on tour, finding non-traditional wear opportunities.
They say to whom much is given, much is required. So I've given the kids a great deal of understanding of the bigger world that is out here. And all that I ask in return is that their service to what they're passionate about leads them. Our initiative has grown from, being local to national and then international. And being able to take our youth all over the world, I think has made a significant difference in their life, understanding the huge world and huge opportunities that are out there. And also, too, that some of the issues that, we deal with as people, no matter what race, color, or creed, that there are similarities. A lot of times you would only assume that maybe there's differences because of distance. But this would give me an opportunity to show them that there's similarities in a lot of things that we experience, that we deal with, and there's a solution, and here it is. I have to sit down because of the...
Did any messages or anything to camera? Or?
Did you just talk about building future leaders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you talk about
I can say that. I think that verbiage is good, our mission is to build future leaders, service-minded youth leaders of the future. Our mission is to build service-minded youth leaders of the future, and we're doing it.
Did you talk about the fact that your access gives opportunity for so many non-traditional opportunities for kids, and there's such an expansion that they think, let's think outside the box of the traditional?
I lead by example, as a result of what I've been able to do in traveling and seeing the world and understanding the vast world that is out there in the music industry, in the world as a businessman. That same motto is what I've been able to offer to the kids in traveling, understanding that the vast opportunities that are there are simply obtainable if you are able to not only talk about it, hear from top-level executives, travel around the world, talk to other individuals and people who live in other areas where their concerns and their reality is much different than yours, but there's similarities. That right there is building a service-minded youth leader of the future.
Good. That's great.
Anything else?
Nope.
No, we're just going to take one picture of you with the
It's really nice
logo.
lighting.
Yeah.
We're in the booth.
Sure.